just coming into this present moment with awareness, being mindful of whatever is awake and alive within you, whatever is showing itself or presenting itself to you. Greeting it with openness, greeting it without judgment, welcoming it as Rumi asks us to do in the guest house. An unexpected visitor may be visiting you this evening. And so treat it honorably. It may be stripping everything off of you, maybe tearing your house to shreds, your internal house. But it may be here for a reason. So Rumi says, treat each guest honorably. He may be preparing you for some new delight. With that, allowing yourself to settle, feeling the presence of the body and the weight of the body. Feeling the companionship of the ground. Noticing the state of the body, and if it's at ease or if there's some tension, tightness, discomfort floating around. It's all still part of the life path. So whatever is tight and tense, allowing the body as much as it's possible to soften around those sensations, or if it comes in the form of emotions, those emotions. If the body is feeling a sense of ease, then just delight in that ease, welcoming it. Knowing that the body has so much to offer us. Finding the place this evening where you'd like to focus your attention for now. That place that anchors you. Some place in the body, maybe the breath, just the sensation of the breath as it moves in and out. It may be the sensations of the body as they arise and pass away. It may be awareness of hearing, awareness of the vibration of sound. Just following whatever place is your place of steadiness of mind, that helps you to have steadiness of mind. Just allow yourself to be present in that place. Being in the body, but taking a good look at the climate of the mind. Practicing with yourself with this wonderful template we've been given for personal and interpersonal practice. To pause, to relax, to open, to trust whatever is emerging moment by moment. To listen deeply to what is occurring within you, and to speak the truth to yourself. In other words, to be honest in the mind, to your reality. in times in our life when there is a lot going on that we may feel very deeply, that in some ways we may feel threatened by, or that touches our survival instinct, or that we have utter confusion about. When we're faced with the deep questions of this life and death, we can turn often to the teachings of the Buddha and be inspired and calmed and curious about what he is teaching us. So, in a time like this, when the global world is in the midst of an escalation in response to terrorism, when the world is overwhelmed with the amount of refugees that all at one time are banging on humanity's door, when in the next several weeks, perhaps the most important of all, the climate change protocols will be happening in Paris, France. There is a lot coming together on a universal level. And in our own lives, we often experience this on a microcosmic level. There are some teachings from the Buddha that speak to this, very simple teachings. I am subject to aging, and I cannot avoid aging. I am subject to illness. I cannot avoid illness. I am subject to death. I cannot avoid death. I must be separated and parted from all that is dear and beloved to me. I am the owner of my actions, heir to my actions, born of my actions. Actions are my relations. Actions are my protection. Whatever actions I do, good or bad, of these I shall become their heir. This is known sometimes as the 5 facts or the 5 remembrances. These 5 remembrances bring us in touch with the impermanence and fragility of life, and they assist us in staying in contact with the First Noble Truth, keeping us free from delusion and attachment. They enable us to cultivate the factors that are ripe in us for awakening. A colleague of mine who practices in Tucson, and some of you may know, Frank Jude Boccio, says that when you deny the reality of life, you appreciate it less. You also may be creating internal stress in the form of anxiety and fear and worry. Ajahn Chah says of this, "We only rent this house. If it belonged to us, we could tell it not to get sick, not to grow old. But it takes no notice of these wishes. With wisdom, if you live, that's good. And when you have to die, that is fine too. If the doctors told me I had cancer and was going to die in a few months, I'd remind the doctors, watch out, because death is coming to get you too. It's just a question of who goes first." So tonight, we can bring our mind to to someone or some place or a group of beings or something within ourselves that is experiencing suffering in life, and we can start to bring the power of compassion to those beings, those places, or the place within us. So I'll say some traditional phrases, and after I say them, I'll ask you to repeat them to yourselves, bringing your full wholeheartedness into this. So maybe take a moment to visualize, if you can, to picture, if you can, in some way, shape, or form, where you're going to be sending, to whom, to what, these words of compassion. May you be free of your pain and sorrow. May you hold your pain and difficulty with ease. May you find peace at this time. May your suffering cease. May you be free of sorrow and loss. May you hold your pain and grief with ease. May you find the restfulness of peace and tranquility. May your fear and sadness cease. I care about your pain and sorrow. I care about your suffering and sadness. I care about your fear and loss. I care about your illness and grief. And to keep balance in our offering of compassion for ourselves, so that we don't get overwhelmed in any situation, in which there's suffering, we offer equanimity, because equanimity is that flavor of love that brings a wise and kind balance and reality to all situations. Although I wish only the best for you, I know your happiness or unhappiness depends on your actions and not on my wishes for you. Whether I understand or not, life is unfolding according to a lawful nature. And another way of offering equanimity, life's play rises and falls. I care for you deeply regardless of the circumstances. And your happiness depends not on this, but on your choices. May you remain unshaken in life's rise and fall.